Joining me now, Neale Mahoney. He is the director of the Stanford Institute for Economic Policy Research, also a former advisor for the White House National Economic Council. Neale, thanks so much for joining.
Good to be with you.
So first, I want to start with the cost of this trade war as best as we can measure it right now. I mean, you see the market fall once again and bond yields go up when the president announces new tariffs. Has anybody been able to quantify the effect on economic growth internationally from this trade war?
So, it is a bedrock principle in economics that tariffs and uncertainty are bad for economic growth. And so for U.S. trading partners, exporters are being hit by new uncertainty going into the back-to-school shopping season and the holiday season. And importers are going to face higher costs because of the exchange rate depreciation of their currencies. And the last thing you mentioned is higher interest rates. Interest rates are going to be higher in the United States because of potential inflation, and that spreads to the rest of the globe. So it's sort of a trifecta of difficulties for economies across the globe.
Why hasn't this, in your view, sparked all these trade deals that the White House has been promising for weeks and months? They kept saying 90 deals in 90 days. We're at the end of the 90 days. That just hasn't happened yet. I mean, is it simply that the fact that trade deals typically take months and years to negotiate, or do they not quite believe the pressure? What's the best guess?
I think it's a combination of the two things you highlighted, right? If you sort of think about the timeline, we had the Liberation Day tariffs on April 2nd. Then we had Trump back down about a week later and announce 10% tariffs with a deadline of July 9th. And I think nobody's surprised that we couldn't get 90 deals done in 90 days. Negotiating these deals is very difficult. We're probably closer to 9 than 90. And so now we're facing a deadline of August 1st with higher tariffs on a number of countries. And the uncertainty is just harmful for everybody, for consumers who are trying to think about purchases, worry about their jobs, for businesses that are trying to plan investments and order shipments. It's really a difficult economic situation.
How about domestically? The Budget Lab at Yale calculated that the combination of the 2025 tariffs and the Big Beautiful Act, as it's known, reduces the incomes on average of the bottom 80% of U.S. households. We got a graphic that demonstrates this. How come we haven't seen more effect on the headline numbers, headline economic numbers in the U.S. yet? GDP growth, job market, et cetera? Or do you still believe those are lagging indicators in effect?
So, if we look historically at how long it takes for tariffs to show up in the hard data, it does take a number of months. And so I wasn't expecting immediate effects, but we are seeing large tariff duties paid by importers. And I do think it is only a question of time until we see those in the inflation numbers. But the other thing is that the US economy has been, I think, surprisingly and reassuringly strong. The labor market has been strong. So the unemployment claims, the job growth numbers have been stronger than many people feared. And so the US economy may be strong enough to weather this uncertainty shock.
Final question. It was the bond market that moved Trump at the start of this Liberation Day when he saw yields rise and got a lot of advice, including from Scott Bessent, it seemed, that had to back off. Bond yields went up a bit with this. As you look at the bond market, do you see similar dangers of a spike in yields, thereby driving up interest rates in response to this latest salvo?
I think it's hard to predict the bond market. There are certainly two forms of pressure. One is the large increases in the deficits and the debt. including from the One Big Beautiful Bill. Combining that with the pressure we're seeing from tariffs, I think there are risks there. But also, predicting Trump's behavior is a fool's errand. So I don't even know if we see more pressure in the bond market, what Trump will do.
Well, Neale Mahoney, I'm sure it's not the last time we talk about this. We do appreciate you joining today.
Good to be on.